What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. I am taking a break from working on the 450. I'm currently working on getting all of the bearings greased up and all of the suspension components. Ran into one major issue when I pulled the swing arm off. It's actually not an issue with the bike. It's a mistake that I made, but I will explain that here in just a second. I had to order some parts. Nothing was in stock, so while I'm waiting on them to come in, I decided to work on the 110 for a minute. I've had a couple of parts I've wanted to get installed on here. Got the Faster Minis shift shaft brace. I'm also going to install this rear handbrake kit from 50 Stunt. Stay tuned. As far as the 450 goes, I got all of the bearings greased up for the most part. The only thing that I have not done is I have not been able to do the swing arm bearings. As you can see, I've got a towel covering them up, and I'll show you why. So you can see there, I don't have the inner pin that goes through there, that collar that the axle goes through. Don't want anything getting up in here. I don't really want anything flying up in there, so I've just got it all covered up with a towel right now. The reason why those collars are not on there though is because you can see here all of the chrome is eaten away on the bottom end of each one. It's because I was not aware of how effective this CLR is. I've actually had this stuff sitting on the shelf for a while. I don't ever really use it. Both of these sleeves or these collars at the very bottom, they were very rusty. Just about 1/4 of an inch sticks out. They sit right up against this, and then this was all rusted up too. Just hit this with a wire brush. I let these two pieces soak in the CLR for quite a few hours, and when I came back out to check on them, obviously the rust was gone, but it took away the chrome finish also. It definitely needs that to prevent rusting. Unfortunately, there were no part shops that had these pieces in stock. Even the big part chain stores online did not have these in stock. Still don't have the replacements yet. It says it's going to take about a week and a half to get them. So for now, I'm just going to be moving on to another project, which is the 110. I've had these parts sitting around for a while, but I really wanted to get the 450 all freshened up before we actually went to the track. The 110 and the 50 are pretty much brand new as it is. I'm going to start off with this shift shaft brace. This thing should be pretty easy to put on. I wish I'd put this on a long time ago just in case we did fall. He's pretty careful when she rides this thing, and I haven't really been too crazy on it either. Just in case, I definitely don't want this thing bending. Shift shaft brace is on, no issues, pretty easy install. There is a little bit of modification you have to do. I did not realize that. Starting off, you just want to take your shifter off. So there's one bolt, you have to take it completely out. The shifter will slide off of there. I did try to mark it, but once I put my grease on there, I lost it. It's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy to figure out where you were at before. Once the shifter is off, you do have to remove the front sprocket cover. Two 8mm bolts, one on top, one on the bottom. Once you pull this cover off, you'll have access to this bolt right here, and then this one down here. These are actually the two bolts that Faster Minis supplies you with. Here's the OEM bolts. They would not be long enough with the brace on there. Once you get these two bolts in there, tighten them down. Do not use a torque wrench. These things are pretty easy to tighten down by hand. Just used a 1/4 inch ratchet. Don't want to do it too tight. Just make sure everything is snug. Once you get those two bolts back in, you can put the shifter back on, put the bolt back in there, tighten it down. And then for the sprocket cover, this is where you actually have to do a little bit of modification that I didn't realize. Down here at the edge, the sprocket cover does hit the top of the shift shaft brace. All I did is just just notch it right here on the edge. If you wanted to keep a complete factory look, you could just notch the bottom, leave this side piece right here. That way it would actually fill in that little gap. The reason why I did not is if I did have to access this bolt again, I don't have to take this cover off. Still looks pretty factory to me. Move on to the rear handbrake here. This should not be too bad of an install either. Ryan Moore, the guy that owns 50 Stunt, actually has a video on YouTube of how to install one of these. So I'm going to try to get this thing installed, and then hopefully we can go play around on them later. Rear handbrake is all done. Honestly, it was a super easy process. I feel like the shift shaft brace was harder. Pull your 2 bolts out here, clamp that up. I kind of just got for a feel for how I liked it. I like mine sticking out a little bit further. Some people like them in to where they can just get the 2 fingers on there. Brittany's going to be riding this thing too, so I want her to have full leverage if she wants to use more than just 2 fingers. For this cable right now, it's got tension on it, but when it doesn't, you can unscrew this, get it around to where there's a little hole. Right now it's on the back side over here, and then you line it up with this hole right here. Just a little slider fits up in there. It's got a little plastic sleeve. I think that's just to help it to rotate on. But once you get the little piece in there and you get the cable in there, you just twist this little piece right here until you get this little groove out of the way. You tighten this one down, and I try to tighten it to where, again, the little groove is not lined up with it. Slide this guy over it, routed it through the little number plate hoop there all the way over. Come around here, it goes all the way to the other side of the handlebars. Gives me plenty of room if I need to bend and everything like that. I pushed everything behind the plastic here. It just kind of runs along the frame here. It comes all the way around. It comes above my little hour meter here. With the zip tie that they give you, I just zip tied it right up here to the frame. This is what keeps it away from the exhaust. There's not really any tucking you have to do. It just comes around. You can see where my zip tie is kind of up there. Comes down. I did add 1 extra zip tie of my own right here. You can see, wanted to give this thing a little bit of slack. When it doesn't have any slack, it gets really close to one of these knobbies on the tire, and I'm just worried that it's going to touch. This gives me a full finger of clearance right here, so I did just add that 1 extra zip tie. After I got the cable all the way down here, I added the bracket on. Kind of works out perfectly. You just sit it up right behind this sticker here. It just sits right behind the foot pedal rod. I didn't tighten mine down completely. I just ran it through there first, kind of push all of this stuff forward, push this little rubber boot, everything forward, and then you can run the cable through the little groove in the back, and then you can actually push the cable all the way forward into where that metal piece sits in there. After that, take the factory tensioner off of where the foot brake is at. You get it completely off, just compress your foot brake down, and this thing will just pop out of there. You'll pull the spring off of where it was on the factory foot brake rod, and then you put it onto the handbrake cable. You feed that through where the factory rod went through, put the new tensioner on, and then you add the bracket on first right before it. Once you get this tightened down onto the handbrake, you can test the lever out just to see how you like it, if it needs more tension, if it doesn't. After that, you can bolt the foot brake back up. You just push the foot brake down. It'll feed through the little hole on the adapter. You do have to put the first nut on before you put it through the adapter. Put the next nut on, tighten it all the way down. You tighten them together. After that, the foot brake should have the same feel that the handbrake does. Just been kind of moving it back and forth in the garage just to make sure everything feels good. It's really cool that it maintains the factory foot brake. I'm not going to go test everything out right now. I may look like a weirdo if I'm riding through the neighborhood all by myself. I don't feel like grown men riding dirt bikes around the neighborhood by themselves is normal during the day. So I'm going to wait till Jagger gets home. That way I have an excuse to go ride this thing, test this thing out, and hopefully I will not wreck. Back home, back in the garage, I'm not the most experienced stuntman, as you can see. I still enjoy popping little wheelies around the parking lots, around the neighborhood. That side-to-side balance still gets me off. I have to drag my feet if I'm going in a straight line. Jagger likes cruising around on this thing with me. If he is wearing his dirt bike helmet, sometimes I will do a few wheelies with him too. Handbrake works great though. As you can see, there was one time where I did almost fall all the way back. This thing definitely saved me. I never got used to using the foot brake. We rode these electric ones around for so long. I got so used to using that rear handbrake on that one. This thing definitely makes the world of difference in my opinion. And again, for somebody like me who's still dragging both feet on the back end, if it does go too far back, obviously you could stand up. But if the engine does kick it all the way over, you can grab that rear handbrake to save it. Shift shaft brace feels good too. Doesn't feel any different. I assume if I fell over in a crash, this thing would save it from getting bent. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you want to catch everything else going on with the bikes, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys next time.